Hello Cub Scouts. Today we're going to be working on making a sun catcher. And we're going to be using some recycled material and we're going to make something that's pretty cool. For this craft we're going to be using clear glue. So you might have some left over in your school supplies from last year. I got that at the dollar store. And we're going to be using these little plastic gems. You can also use glass globs. And I just picked them up at the dollar store. Alrighty. And what else do we need? We need the lid from a yogurt or margarine tub. And that's it. So let's get started. So I'm going to start by putting my gems into the yogurt tub. Now, one thing I've found in the past is that if I make a layer of these along the outside, which would look really pretty, it doesn't actually work that good. I need to have the gems overlapping. You know what? Maybe I won't even use the purple ones today. I'll use the other colors. So believe it or not, nature works very similar to this. This is like a scab. Yep, you heard me right. Just like a scab when you fall and you scrape your knee, the blood starts to knit together to stop the bleeding. And actually, this kind of works the same way. I need more. That's not enough. Hold on, I'm going to add some more clear. I think I'm going to add some pink this time. I haven't used pink before. I'm going to scramble them up a little bit. Ooh, it's really pretty. That's still not quite enough. I want there to be a little bit more overlap. Because what's going to happen is the glue is going to hold it together, but the strength comes from these little rhinestones. Alrighty, so the next step, it's pretty simple. I'm just going to take my glue and I'm going to pour it all over and fill. I'm going to fill up this lid. And if I spill, you may notice I'm working on a tray. When it dries, I can peel it off. So I wouldn't do this on Mom's best dining room table. You should have something underneath it. And believe it or not, maybe a little bit more, even if I am overflowing a tiny bit. That's all I need to do. I'm now going to wait about 5 days. And in 5 days' time, the top layer will have hardened and set, but the bottom will still be wet. So in 5 days' time, I'm going to peel this out of my lid. I'm going to flip it over, and then we'll let it dry a little longer until we have our sun catcher. So we'll see you in a few days. Hello Cub Scouts. Well, it's been 4 or 5 days and the glue is no longer wet. You can see it's not dripping, although I do have apparently a loose gem. And on the sides, it is starting to peel away from the lid. And so that's how I know that it's about time for us to pop it out of this dip lid. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit messy. You may want help from Mom and Dad because it does take a little bit. So what I'm going to do to start off with is I'm just going to run my finger around the edge to loosen it. And then I'm going to run my finger underneath it. This is where it gets a little goopy. And then I'm going to flip it out. Oh, I've got a few loose. That's all right. That will be fine. And now I'm just going to let this side dry. And when this is done, I will have my sun catcher all ready to hang and put in the window. So we'll see it again in just a few days. This side will dry a whole lot faster. And if you have goopy hands like I do, let's get that out. You can see I have the glue on it. The glue does wash off. Hi Cub Scouts, we're back, and as you can see, a few days have passed and my sun catcher is dry on both sides. It's not sticky and it's strong. So now the last step is to put a string on it, and I like to use dental floss because it is strong. So I have a piece of dental floss already cut, and I'm just going to find a hole in my pattern because funny thing is they do seem to get these funny little holes in them. Oh, there's one. And I'm just going to put my dental floss through. Tie a really simple knot here at this end. Oops, there we go. Now you can see it better. And now my sun catcher is ready to hang. And so I'll be putting that in a window, and hopefully there'll be some sunlight tomorrow and I'll be able to see it. The last thing though I did want to show you is, so this is my lid afterwards. And I don't know if you can see it, but there is some dried glue on here. So if I wanted to reuse this lid to do another craft, it's really simple because what I can do is actually peel off the leftover glue. And as you can see, I can even reuse some of these jewels, which is kind of cool. Just peel them out and they pop out. And I also use this tray for cleanup purposes. And the same thing, I can, with my fingernails, actually peel off the dried glue so my tray is clean, because like everything else, when we do a craft, we want to leave no trace. So I hope you had fun making a sun catcher, and I look forward to seeing what you guys make.